Hey, Bolo Buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, I have a featured eBay seller, also a YouTuber from my Facebook Bolo Buddies group. If you're not in my Bolo Buddies group, definitely go check it out. There's a link down in the description. And I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce this right. Marisha is her name, but she is also known as TheJunking DataGirl. And I'm going to share with you her YouTube channel here in a second. But I have 20 bolos coming your way, and this gal knows how to find some cool items. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to get started. If you're new to the channel, be on the lookout is what BOLO stands for. It's items you can buy low and sell high. Okay, so this is her channel, and it looks like I really just kind of got in touch with her, so I'm new to her channel, so I haven't really watched any videos yet, but it looks like a lot of do-it-yourself videos, and she's got a lot of subscribers, so I'm guessing she's got some good stuff here. I typically watch reselling channels, but I mean, look at this, how to make a Tin Man out of cans for your garden, 21,000 views. That is so awesome. I've never had a video have that many views. I'm not sure that I ever will, but yeah, super cool. So it looks like a really neat channel. So definitely go check that out and subscribe. And I'm not sure if she does reselling videos, but maybe I should ask her. I should have asked her that before I actually started the video. But so a little background, she used to work at Walgreens. So a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, some of the items that we'll be talking about in this video, she did some retail arbitrage on, like when things were 90% off and then she got her employee discount. So if I say Walgreens, that's what that means. And then family and friends just means that somebody in her family or a friend gave her the item to sell, so it was free. And then, of course, she yard sales, thrift stores, and auctions. So we are going to get started with the first item, and that is this vintage Christmas Village cottage. Super pretty. It's all glittery. She picked this up at a thrift store, and she paid $2 for it, and it sold for $77.07. And you can see it's really sparkly. Lots of glitter, lots of glitter. The next item, and I love her store name. It's Junk for Keeps. Love it. So this mid-century green, blue, teal round serving tray. She picked this up at a thrift store for $2, and it sold for $53.16. And mid-century modern items are definitely a hit. You can also use MCM in the title. That is a keyword that a lot of people search. The next item is this vintage trinket box, and this came from a thrift store. She paid $2 for it, and it sold for $59.95 plus shipping. She has a really good eye. I mean, the stuff she finds is really neat. Another mid-century modern, it's a serving tray, and this came from a thrift store. She paid $1, and it sold for $18.96 plus shipping. Now this is one of the Walgreens items, and let's see, she paid $2 for it, and it sold for $53.16, and the buyer paid shipping. So this is not vintage, but it is Halloween, and it's pretty fun. And then she sold this, which also came from Walgreens, and this one sold for $53.16 also, and paid about $2 for it. This is a 2009 robot action figure, and this came from a yard sale. She paid $2 for it, and it sold for $89.95, and the buyer paid shipping. Okay, so Masters of the Universe. This is a like a panther, I think is what they're called, and he's got his saddle, but he looks to be in rough condition here, and he still sold for $35, best offer. I've actually sold a couple of these. I sold mine as a lot, but this one is flocked. Mine was not flocked. So it's kind of got the velvety texture to it. And she got that for $1 at a thrift store. The next item is this mug. It came from a thrift store. She paid $1 for it. It sold for $39.95, and the buyer paid shipping. So Starbucks mugs, if you see them, definitely look them up. Search your solds because some of them are great money. This kids blanket, I am finding that these little guys can sell for great money. I'm pretty sure it was Flippin' Hippos that had one of these that sold for a lot. So definitely look these up if you see them out, or if they're really cheap, just grab it. This one sold for $39.95. She got it at a thrift store for $1. All right, this is another Walgreens. She paid $1 for it. It sold for $24, best offer. And yeah, Walgreens, sorry, I lost my there for a minute. Felt like I forgot to say something. So this train set came from a family member, and so she paid nothing for it, and it sold for $75.95, best offer, and the buyer paid shipping. This is a vintage tobacco 16 pipe rack. That's pretty cool. It came from a thrift store, and she paid $2 for it. And she has a cheap thrift store, and it sold for $40, and the buyer paid shipping. Okay, so these IKEA media wall mounts came from a thrift store, paid $3, and it sold for $45.45, best offer. I love this unicorn ornament. She got this at a thrift store, paid $2 for it, and it sold for $53.16, and the buyer paid shipping. And I love the little unicorn. It's so cute. This is a vintage MFG spotlight, and this came from an auction. She paid $1 for it, and it sold for $39.95 plus shipping. This ceramic mold light up Christmas tree wreath came from a thrift store, and she paid $2 for it, and she took a best offer of $30, and the buyer paid shipping. This one is awesome. So Patience Brewster is the brand, and it's a serving tray, and it's very fancy, and she took a best offer of $150 for this. She got it at a yard sale for $2. How cool is that? Look at those feet. So this is a fairy doll. It's posable. It came from a thrift store, and it says she paid nothing for it. So maybe that was a friends and family, and she accidentally put thrift store. I don't know how she got it free from a thrift store. Maybe it was, no, I have no idea. Anyway, she sold it for $28, and the buyer paid shipping. And the last item is this bar wall mount, and she picked this up at an auction and paid $1 for it, and it sold for $60. The funny thing is, I guess it's not really a funny thing, but she shared this on my live show, and Dominic Crone, the Primetime Treasure Hunter, was live with me. And after the show, Dominic went to, I think it was a flea market or something, but he found a light that had the same bar globe on it, and he bought it. So how exciting was that? So we had the video. She shared this in the live show, and then he went out and found the light, and he knew it was a BOLO from the show. So I think that's exciting. I'm sorry he hasn't sold it yet, but I think it's exciting when people find the BOLOs that I share in my BOLO Buddies Facebook group and on my YouTube channel. So thanks for watching. My live show is every Sunday. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I do is I ask you guys, the audience, in the chat to share your BOLOs. So basically you put the item number, where you got it, what it's sold for, but you don't tell us what it is, and then I look it up, and then we share the BOLO. So it's just kind of fun. Your name pops up in a banner, and If you want to put your eBay store, you can. So it's a great way to advertise, especially if you have a YouTube channel. It's fantastic for that. But yeah, I'll have a link to her store. I want to go back in here and show you guys. See other items. And I'm going to go to highest first. I just like to feature like some of the high priced items, because just to kind of give you an idea of what else they're selling. And that's going to get stuck. Let me pop out of this window and then go back if it goes away. All right. So here are some of the other things that she has listed. I know Spode can be a bolo. I think this guy is super cool. It's a cake stand. How cute is that? But yeah, she's got really, really neat store. So definitely go check it out. I will post a link down in the description of the video. And I'll also include some of the other places that she sells. She also sells on Poshmark and Mercari. And she's also on Etsy. Etsy is TheJunking DataGirl. So you can find her that way. But definitely has a lot of cool items that she sources. Looks like a lot of vintage and unique and different items. So, all right, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And if you made it to the end of the video, comment, I made it to the end of the video. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.